Uh, Hello, my name is Dachelle. I am a victim in recovery for love and relationship, emotional abuse, codependency, and compulsive behavior. I have
Hi, Dachelle.
I have heart policy that which may have me facing a challenge. So, for most of my testimony, my friend here will be my voice for some of it, and I will also use sign language for some of it. Please pray at this time. I like to give a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please fill me with the Holy Spirit who guide me to deliver the message. You want me to hear. May my story be a blessing to others. I will put my trust in you, Lord. Amen. All right. Hello.
As I look back, I can see how I spent a lot of time being angry. I was angry that I was born with CP. Angry that my biological father didn't want me, didn't want to be a part of my life. Angry that I had grand mal seizures, and angry for having blackouts. Other times, I felt spoiled, and I had a sense of entitlement due to my disability. If I didn't get what I wanted from one family member, I would go to another until I got what I wanted. I was using them for my selfish needs. I compulsively lied to my family. I was hurt and angry because I wasn't born like everyone else. I hated feeling different. I hated when people bullied me or treated me like a baby. I hated when people would respond for me when I could speak for myself. I hated when people would do things for me when I could do it for myself. My parents were very young when I was born, and it created a lot of emotional distress. My biological father didn't want me or didn't want to be a part of my life. Before I was born, my grandparents got my father to sign away his rights and agreed not to have contact with me until I was 18. My mom and I lived with my grandparents, which enabled her to finish school. Even after we moved out, I spent majority of my childhood bouncing from my mom's to my grandparents' home. When I was about 9 months old, my mom and grandparents realized that I wasn't developing as I should. So they took me to see Dr. K's. Nope.
Okay.
Please, that one. I was diagnosed with CP. He explained the cause was due to a mistake made by the doctor during my delivery. Thankfully, I was diagnosed at a very young age, so I was able to get help for my disabilities. It helped me progress and develop further and faster. I realize now that if it wasn't for the love and compassion of my family, I wouldn't be as independent today. When I was 3 years old, my mother married Michael Hoover. My stepdad adopted me, and I
My
felt
dad.
more complete.
My dad.
Your dad.
Uh,
That was her dad.
yeah, well,
He was my dad. Once I started public school, it was clear that no matter how hard I tried to fit in, all my classmates could see was my disability. This was very hard for me. After my first year in regular school, my family realized that in order to give me the life I deserved, I would have to attend the University of Indiana Speech and Hearing School. There, I finally felt like I fit in. I felt normal. My classmates didn't make fun of me or bullied me. I was no longer different. I lived in a dorm and had a dorm mother. Our days were filled with classes and daily activities. I know now that my parents sent me there so that I could get help, the help I needed to become the best me I could be. At that time, though, I felt like they were trying to get rid of me. Today, I'm so very thankful because I realized that they wanted the best for me. Although we were always busy, I often felt alone and missed my family. In 1979, when I returned home from the University of Indiana, I found out that my mother and my stepfather were divorced, which ended my dreams of being part of a family. When my mom remarried, we moved to Oklahoma, and I didn't like it. The bullying began once again. I missed a lot of school. I spent most of my time in tears and would call my grandmother every day to come and save me. My mother, out of desperation, called my grandmother to get me, and she was going to kick me out. I was a strong-willed, stubborn child, to say the least. At the age of 13, I was packing my things to head back to my mom's from a stay with my grandparents when I had my first grand mal seizure. When I came out of it, my grandmother was yelling for my grandpa. I was confused and scared. Over the years, they tried several medications, and I now have a device that is wired to my brain to help me bring me out of the seizures. So now, it's not as severe. Praise God. The best gift my parents gave me was my brother Sean. Sean has been my protector, my guardian angel, and continues to help me today. Sean and his wife Jennifer have given me 2 wonderful nephews and a beautiful niece. In 2003, my nephew Ethan was diagnosed with leukemia, so I moved to Florida to be near them. I believe this was God sending me so I could be near my brother, my nephew, and give them the love and support. He has been in remission since, and he is doing great. He plays hockey and is learning to drive. Sean's children are a blessing from God to me. I can't have children, so I love them like my own. I was in a 2-year relationship which became emotionally abusive, causing more hurt, pain, and stress. Shortly after the relationship ended, I moved to Florida to my ex-boyfriend took my SSI money to move his new girlfriend to Florida. He didn't think I would find out, but I did. I felt like a failure. I was completely devastated. I didn't think it could get any worse, but it did. I moved in with a caseworker, and there was miscommunication between us. I used her credit card for personal use. When she found out, she had me arrested. This was my rock bottom. I was sitting in a jail cell and was about to be locked up for 6 months.
I know. Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what I am paying for you, said the devil. I have given you good plans for you, not planning to harm you. I will give you hope and a good future. Jeremiah 29:11.
Amen.
Thank you.
I never thought I would end up in jail. I looked around thinking, how did I get to this place in my life? I never truly realized that I needed to change my actions. After some soul searching, I realized my actions were controlling my destination. I really wanted a better life. In my hopelessness, I realized that I needed to have a closer relationship with Jesus. While sitting in the jail cell with nowhere to go and lots of time to think and pray, I spent the next 7 months praying and seeking guidance. I surrendered my life to Christ. Just before I went to jail, I attended a few of the CR meetings at Grace, but obviously I wasn't working my steps. It only works if you work it. I was able to connect with APD, a place that helped me with an in-home. An in-home is a person that comes to my house daily to help me with the things I can't do for myself. Also, to help me in case I have a seizure or a blackout. When coming out of my blackouts, I feel confused and disoriented. If I am inside, I will walk outside and start wandering around. This service enables me to have a place of my own. My first place in Cape Coral was across the street from Cape Coral First Methodist Church, where I started my first CR group and started working my steps. On Monday nights, I enjoy helping in the kitchen, preparing for the dinners. Not long after I started the Monday night CR, a friend suggested that I would go to Friday night CR at Grace. I currently help with the literature table. I have helped my small group by collecting money for the snacks for Solid Rock when it's our turn. Recovery has helped me realize that I have many hurts, habits, and hang-ups. The last 8 years have changed my life. With the love of Jesus and the power of the Holy Spirit, I have been given what I need to continue to work my steps with my sponsor. It's been an amazing journey and a beautiful experience. I value my recovery. I now see how this process has brought me closer to my family, restoring my relationships. I realize CR is a lifelong journey as I heal and grow closer to God while building better relationships with my mom. She shared with me that if she could have done things differently, she would have chosen to spend more time with me. I am so grateful for God's grace and recovery that helped me grow and change. I see things differently, and I am learning to process my feelings in a healthier way. I've learned how to enjoy life. Making amends help me to release my anger, and I can have more joy now. I see how blessed I am to have a family and friends that love me for who I am and help me through my journey. I couldn't have done it without the support of my sponsor and all my accountability partners who love me and push me to be better and more independent. How different my story would have been, but through the grace of Jesus. I see that he has a plan for me all along and made me different so I could show others with disabilities that there is no need to look beyond, that they need to look beyond their disability and through the grace of God to discover their true value and self-worth.
My current mission is to make a place where I can talk to parents of disability children. A place where we can hear children interested and goals. Yelping a way for children with disability to have a voice. Here we come about they here children grow in the way God created them to grow, so they can be more independent. God has a purpose for all of us. Thank you for letting me here.